Hey guys, this is Andrew Hansen from EliteNicheResearch.com. This video is part 2 of the Great Landing Page Checklist videos. What we're going to look at in this video is examples. So I gave you the checklist in the previous video where you can go through and tick off as many of the factors as you can possibly find. In this video I want to show you some live examples so you can see exactly what I'm talking about when I refer to each of those given points. We need to flick over to the web for this one, so we're going to come back and we're going to start looking at an example. I think we've got about 4 different examples of landing pages that we can learn a lot from. Okay, so we've got actually 5 different landing pages here that we're going to analyze and discuss some of the factors that we mentioned in the previous checklist. And I'm going to give you some real-world examples of exactly what these things look like and how to see them, how to notice them when you come across them and realize how powerful they are or how lacking they are in these particular factors. So let me go to the very start. This is actually an offer I came across last night, which I really wanted to promote until I found that it was in French. But despite the language, it actually has a lot of factors that we mentioned. It's almost the perfect landing page, this one. And I imagine if I was able to promote it, if I spoke French, that it would convert really highly. So I'm going to talk to you about some of the factors on this page. So if you remember back to the checklist, the first thing that we said was the offer needs to be easy to sign up to. If someone comes to this page wanting this product, Alive Max, it needs to be easy for them to get it. And what's on this page is an example of probably the best case scenario in terms of how easy it is to get a product. What it is there's no pages to click through, there's no process. The order form is actually on the landing page. So that means after the prospect has gotten to this page, all they need to do is fill in this form and hit that button, and I assume they'll have to fill in their credit card details on the next page, but the majority of that hard work is already done. You get paid. They don't have to click through, they don't have to work out where they go to order, they don't have to click through a multiple step shopping cart process or anything like that. Everything is right here. It's done after this page and you get paid. That is probably the easiest that it can ever be for someone to sign up. So that's high. That's a definite tick for this particular landing page. You'll notice straight away that another one of the points further down was graphically enticing. You'll notice that this page looks beautiful, especially if you're a woman in this target market. I mean, you've got this lady here who probably a lot of women would want to look like. You've got this product here, the appearance of it, it's glowing, it's all nice colors. This page just looks very just pretty, I guess, and which is important for that market. So graphically enticing is a tick. We talked about having satisfaction guarantees. I don't speak French, but I can tell that this product has one of those. Guarantee 100% satisfaction. So guarantee is a tick. Coming down the rest of this page, other factors, testimonials. We've got the opinions of people who've used this product. We've got these are endorsements, in other words. People who are just like you, the prospective customer, saying they used it and they got great results from it. Testimonials, tick. A bonus. That was another thing on that landing page. Tick. Page clearly laid out, a nice format. The benefits are listed here. I can't read them, but I assume that those are benefits, and I assume some of these are reasons, talking about the science and how the product actually works. They're the reasons. That's all good stuff. This page is probably as close as you can get to the perfect landing page, and you'll start to notice this format when you start researching affiliate offers. It's generally the best format that you can promote. You can't do much better in terms of conversion on a landing page than you can with this. It doesn't have a free trial offer. Actually, I can't read this, so that might actually be a free trial offer, but it doesn't look like it has a free trial offer, which is the only one possible thing that would make this convert higher. But in general, this landing page is amazing, so that's a definite tick. All of those factors we were able to tick off, and I hope that gives you an example of what a great landing page can be. Coming next down the list, and we've got a typical Amazon product page. So if you've seen a product on Amazon before, you'll know that what happens with this is vastly different. And at the end of the day, the bottom line is you're never going to get the conversion rate on this kind of page that you do on the other pages, on a page like this. But if you are promoting something from Amazon, you found a product that has really high volume, and seems to be selling well, seems that it will convert highly, there's a couple of things you can still tick off from a page like this. So you'll notice, number one, it's a shopping cart process, which just because it has multiple steps, it's never going to get the same conversion rate as a landing page like this. So that's something that's unfortunate, but if anyone can do a shopping cart, Amazon can. They know how to maximize things. They know that they obviously do a lot of testing. It's a big website with a huge budget. They know that they're trying to improve their conversion, so that's a benefit. When you get to this page, you want to see that there's products available, like pictures that they can look at, which there's not usually many of on this page. There's a couple of pictures there, so that helps. If there's a discount, it's good. We talked about bonuses and discounts. You often get a discount from buying through Amazon, and they make it quite obvious there up in the headline, so a discount is good. What you have to be conscious of with sorry, one more factor before we say that. Offers like this are good on Amazon because it gives the person an incentive to buy more things when they get to this page than just one, which obviously increases your commission, which is a good thing. This, however, is a bad thing. It's places that can take well, this one's not so bad because all of these are for the same product, but there can be different products listed on here, which can cause the person to get distracted and take them away from that. Although if your cookie is embedded, if they've come here through your affiliate link, assumedly, and they make a purchase, you'll still get credited, so it's not the worst thing. You want the best situation is that there is actually a really good product description here, and a lot of times there's not. Like this one is not particularly good. It's got directions, which is not really what you want for selling, and it's got a very short description, which is very basic here. Some products have a big lengthy description, some even have testimonials in there, so there's things that can convert better on a page like this than this particular one. And coming down, if you're going to be selling on an Amazon page, you really just need to see a large number of good reviews, and for this the reviews are just kind of average. There's lots of them, and some people found that it worked and some didn't, so it's always going to be hit and miss in terms of your conversions. So that's the difference when you're comparing this kind of page to a page like this. The difference should be very clear. But again, if you can get a really high volume, if there's a high volume of sales, if there's a high volume of searches for this product, which Proactive is a good example of, it's extremely popular, lots of searches, and the price is high, this price is particularly low, there is still potential for you to be able to make money with a product like this, and with a landing page that looks like this. Coming further down, I'm going to show you an example of a bad one now. This is not a very good landing page, and it should be very clear why after comparing it to this particular page. So this is a product, it's a cream, it helps remove stretch marks. It gets searched for by name, it's a good product, but this landing page, you'll notice immediately is very plain. Firstly, that's all the text there is, just a white background with that little bit of text, even kind of big paragraphs. Font's maybe even a little small, it's not standing out in any way, it's not really drawing attention. There's one picture that's a little average and actually kind of blurry, which is unbelievable. There's one testimonial, which is cool, but it's not that big of a deal, and there's a button to order, and they do happen to have a guarantee. So this is not a great page, sorry, this is not a terrible page, but it's certainly not very good. You could do a lot better than this in terms of conversions. You just notice a lot of the factors that we talked about are missing. It just doesn't look graphically very appealing. There's a lack of, there's no benefits laid out here. It's kind of benefit driven in here, but in terms of point by point, what am I going to get out of this and why should I buy it? It's not really there. And there's other pages. There's no pages like the ingredients of it or extra information, or besides this one testimonial, there's no endorsements or anything. So that would be an example of not a particularly good landing page, and it should be clear now why that's the case. I'm going to take you next to an even worse kind of landing page, which is the typical one like this, which is from an online store. So it's very sad because there's a lot of good products promoted at online stores that aren't being sold anywhere else, that just have terrible landing pages, and all the shopping sites that sell it are pretty similar to this. So this is a product, it's a bodybuilding product. You come down and you see that basically this is the landing page. It's the name of the product, the price, and add to cart, and that's about it. Coming down, you've got product info, which actually isn't product info at all, it's just description of how to use it, and there's a warning, which I'm sure you can imagine a warning is going to convert really well. Sarcasm noted. There's facts here, which are actually nothing, it's just the ingredients, doesn't say anything, and there's reviews. There happens to be one person who wrote a review, which is maybe the worst review ever. It's one sentence and we don't know who it's from or anything. So this is an example of a really bad landing page that's really not going to convert very highly at all. You might be lucky to get 1 in 100 or 200 people who see this page actually buy it. There's no benefits there, there's no testimonials, it doesn't look graphically very appealing, there's tons of distracting links up here, and it's a shopping cart process that has multiple steps, and it's not going to be as highly optimized as Amazon's. So that's an example of a low converting landing page. It should be very obvious why that is nowhere near as good as this when it comes to conversions. So the last one I'm going to show you now, which is a really common one, this is not getting worse now. I kind of went downward in order of how good they were and how high converting I thought they would be, but this one is not in that trend. This is the typical sales page format, which of course you've all seen before. So it's a big red headline at the top, it's on a white page, it's copy, it's got highlighting and red text and all that kind of stuff. These pages can always be hit and miss because it depends how well the copy is written and how well it's targeted to the people who are looking for the particular product. So the same things, however, can be found, and you will hope to find, that we talked about earlier. So graphically appealing, probably not really, although there is one picture and the text is at least standing out of the page so I can read it easily enough, but not really graphically appealing. Coming down, we should at least find the benefits of it laid out, which actually on this page, that I haven't read the whole thing, but there may not even be in terms of the actual emotional benefits. It's kind of the features of what it will teach you, which is how to eliminate eczema, eliminate the root cause of eczema, be free from pain. The benefits are sort of tied in there, so it's kind of got benefits, but not. It could be better. It's got bonuses, which are a good factor, like we talked about. I assume it's going to have a guarantee somewhere. Actually, it doesn't have a guarantee, so that's not so good. It's easy enough to take up. It's easy to know where they have to click because all they do is just keep reading this page and they keep scrolling down, and hopefully they get to a call to action, which they do on this page, although it's not a big button or anything, it's just text, which could be better. So you see why I say this is kind of hit and miss. It has some of the factors and they're done okay, but they're not done the best. But generally this format, where there's a big sales letter and they've got plenty of time to explain to you, explain to the customer exactly what the product's about, exactly how it works and why, and put in testimonials and things like that. This format is always going to convert better than this format. It's going to convert better than this format, and usually convert better than this format depending on what the product is. So that's a good format, but you also have to be careful in trying to tick off as many of those factors as you can when you're analyzing it. So between those 5, that's an example of pretty much all of the types of landing page you're going to get, and it's a good indicator of how you should treat each of those landing pages as you come across them. You should now know the order in which they will convert, which ones will convert better than others, and so on. So we're going to flick back to the presentation just to quickly finish this off. So it should be fairly clear about what you learned in this video. What we learned is the difference between a good and a bad landing page. We looked at all the different types of landing page and hopefully identified which ones are going to convert, which ones should, all else being equal, convert better than others. I hope you found this video valuable, and we'll see you again soon.